They'll probably hang you, buddy.
You coming, buddy?
So, Red Dead Redemption 2. Gameplay footage. What are your initial thoughts on this, Billy?
Looks good. It looks like the last one, but more in depth, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like there's more to do.
Yeah, I think it looks like... Well, first of all, it's like a really beautiful game, I think.
I wouldn't say the graphics are upgraded that much from GTA 5, though.
Well, they're still an upgrade, I think.
I think the surroundings look just as good, if not a little bit better. The character models, I don't think look any better than GTA 5. I think the characters look exactly like not.
Yeah, they do look similar actually. To be honest, but the initial trailers that came out, I thought that they looked better, like a lot better than GTA 5, like in terms of the actual characters themselves. But
the trailers that come out before are all going to be like cutscene trailers, aren't they? So they're going to.
Yeah, true.
But I think the gameplay wise, the surroundings look similar, if not just a little bit better.
Yeah.
But the character models, I think, look exactly the same as GTA 5. I don't think there's really any upgrade on that. Not that's from.
Yeah. One thing I did notice, I mean, just jumping ahead a little bit, because I was going to start it like from the beginning of the gameplay footage, but I just want to say, like, in terms of the actual the fighting mechanics, the way that they fight and stuff, that was at first that was very reminiscent of GTA 5 for me.
Yeah.
But then when they went into it a bit more in depth, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
It looked better, like, because that was one of my gripes with GTA 5, was that the hand-to-hand combat was awful, and they even said themselves like they didn't concentrate on the hand-to-hand combat in GTA because it's a shooter and driving game. But still, I don't think there's any excuse for it when there's games like Sleeping Dogs, when it's like really fun to actually fight. I prefer it over the guns. But
exactly.
But yeah, first of all, like, the first thing that strikes me is that the environments in this game just look 10 times more sort of alive than any other environment I've seen in like a GTA or a Rockstar game in general. I think it looks better than GTA 5.
I think it looks that. I think that like the environment looks nice, but I think if you go into the woods in GTA 5, especially because they've added like wildlife in there now, if you got on the PlayStation 4, I still think it looks like there's a lot going on.
Which you still think it looks the same?
I think it looks a little bit better, but I don't think it's a lot better. I think it's
a lot better.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit better.
No, because like you have like, in terms of animals as well, you have like alligators.
There's different animals, but I mean, there's like deers and stuff running and like wild cats in GTA.
Yeah. But I think this is going to be an upgrade though.
It may be when the game comes out. From that trailer, I didn't think it was too much of an upgrade. I
don't know.
It might be a little bit.
Sort of foliage and stuff looked more realistic than GTA. Because
like
GTA is like a 6-year-old game, more than that maybe. I don't know.
I mean, the environments look like good. They do look beautiful, but I don't think like the graphics wise is that much of an upgrade.
I think they're probably going to do the same thing that they did with GTA 5, I reckon. I'm calling it now. It's just Josh's predictions. I'm always right. I was right about Marston, about this being a prequel. Remember when I don't know if anyone's ever watched like the first podcast we did, but I said, well, it was one of the first ones. I remember saying, I'm calling it now. I think I said it on the podcast anyway.
It's a prequel, but it doesn't look like it's that far. It looks like it's at the same stage or later in terms of the time period.
Yeah, I did think that.
But it's definitely a prequel.
It definitely is, because
so I wonder how
Marston's in it.
So it can't be that much ahead, because the time scale seems like it's the same time period, or is actually pushing on a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Towards the end of the West. So that game is already the end of the West, isn't it? Really. Yeah. Apart from like the ending, where it doesn't change.
What was my prediction I was going to predict just now? Completely forgot what it was now. I could be completely right, and I'm never going to know that I was right. Fuck's sake, I've completely forgotten it. Anyway.
We'll just come out of it randomly halfway through.
Yeah. But, completely lost track of what I was saying now. What were we just saying?
We were on about
well, anyway, Arthur Morgan is the new character, but we knew that anyway from like previous
from the other trailer,
and he basically, from the looks of it looks like you're gonna have more choice in this game than you've ever had.
I kind of like that, because I was still cautious that they were gonna go with the like more characters.
I thought they were gonna do that,
which would have been fine.
Yeah,
but I think it's better to have one character and then have a more in depth.
When it comes to Red Dead,
And not only that, then it makes it more replayable. You can complete it. It sounds like you can complete it one way
if you can make certain decisions.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much that's going to affect the actual story.
Yeah.
Because I don't know whether they're going to go the sort of David Cage game kind of route, like Heavy Rain or something. Where they won't do this, but when your actions in the story result in different outcomes, like the way like a Telltale game.
I mean, I
like,
suppose there won't be that many different.
No,
outcomes
I think it's just in terms of the open world, you're given because
it makes it more replayable still because you can go around again and just be more of a dick than the time before. I suppose. Like, you can just see what different outcomes are.
So here's one thing that plays into that. The camp itself, because there's every time you move to a different location, you get a new camp. Yeah, I think I'm assuming you move across the land in the story, like you go from one place to another because you're on the run
across the country. Yeah,
yeah, and the camps themselves, you can make decisions, you can do things for the camp, or you can choose to ignore them. But whatever your choice is, will affect the way that other people react or talk about you.
Yeah, when you come back into
when you come back to the camp and stuff. Like, I mean, I don't think it because I think Rockstar said, previously that even if you want to, you can completely ignore the camp and not do anything. It will affect how characters react to you, but it won't affect the story. Or like you can ignore it and the camp will go on without you.
Because sometimes it is.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, because if I was playing a story game. And then I've got to go back from what I was doing, and I'm into the story. I want to go on to the next bit, but I got to go back to the camp all the time.
Yeah,
it would get annoyed with
it's like when you're like, it's like what you said about that Spider-Man game the other day. Where like, if you don't save the citizens on the side missions, then things start coming. They start coming after you and stuff.
Do you remember Shadow of Mordor, the first one?
Yeah.
I didn't play the second one. And I got to a point in the story, and I didn't think the story was great, but I was into it enough to keep playing it. I wanted to do the next bit. But I had to take down like 5 war chiefs or something, and it's just so long to take down one that I got to take down 5. I just thought I can't be fucked with this, and I just stopped playing it. Yeah, and I know it's not exactly the same situation, but I mean it's similar.
I mean that game though, that was sort of by design. I think like that was the story because I never ended up completing it because I had the same problem as you, whereas I just couldn't be bothered anymore. Yeah, I'm like we're one of the few people that didn't think that game was that good. Like I actually didn't. No. I wasn't a fan of the Nemesis system in that game. Where you if you kill one person, they remember you and shit, or like because it was really annoying. They level up every time you die.
Yeah, so it makes it more difficult.
Yeah, it's like I was already finding this difficult, and now they've leveled up. So yeah, but fuck that game. But yeah, so the camp, like the more stuff you do, they said as well, like the more stuff you do, the more you'll be rewarded. Yeah. They haven't said what the rewards would be, but I'm assuming like you can form friendships with certain members of the gang, and they can help you out on other things you might want to do in the open world or in missions.
Sounds like there's a few side quests at the camp as well. So
because we see
unlock more depending on who you friendships with.
We see like I was gonna say Merson. Then we see Arthur talking to like one of the guys in the camp. And he says, "Oh, how about you and me go and..." I think he says, like, go for a drink or something like that, or like go and rob someone. So it looks like you get these little side missions. Now, how many of them I don't know. I don't know how many of them there's going to be, but it just that's something I always wanted in like a Western kind of game. Yeah, that's what I wanted in Red Dead 1, and as much as I loved Red Dead 1, this looks like a significant improvement on that. It looks like everything you always said in Red Dead 1 that you wanted to do. Yeah, it looks like you can do that. It looks
like when you walk into different like cities or not cities, towns. Yeah, you get reactions from people, don't you? Sometimes you'll get like, you might have to sound like take on the sheriff or.
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah, I've heard this is something that wasn't mentioned in the trailer, but I'm sure it will be in the next one. Like, Rockstar said something like if you lose your hat or something. Because sometimes you can get shot or whatever, and you got to get shot in the head, but you didn't actually get shot. It just knocks your hat off, or your hat just falls off. And then somebody who was watching the gameplay, who like went to like Rockstar headquarters, said, "Well, what happens to your hat then? You have to buy a new one, because that would be annoying, wouldn't it?" And he said, "Nah, your hat stays where it fell off. But if you want to venture back into that town where you're wanted to try and get the hat back, you can. But if not, you can just leave it and go and buy a new one. But it does stay there." And so stuff like that, little details like that, I think are really cool. It makes for a much more like, for lack of a better word, like immersive experience.
Because I was playing Skyrim.
Yeah.
Completely different game.
Right.
But I went into a town. I needed to do a mission there, and I killed a chicken. Right. I couldn't go back into the town because any time I went back into the town, everyone would try attacking me. So I couldn't do the mission because I killed a chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, that is fucking annoying.
So it depends on.
This could suffer. This could actually suffer from that. I didn't really think of that. But
that's the only like downside to things like that. But because I think the house I had to go to, I couldn't go to because the people that are on the doorstep start attacking me as well. So, like, at least in this game, if you can kind of run through the town and get to say if there's a mission point and carry it on, then that's fine. Well, but if you can't get to that point because you're just going to get attacked, then...
Well, hopefully that isn't the case. Hopefully they've played Skyrim and thought, we don't want to do that. That's annoying. But
I don't even know what
I didn't actually think of that. That would really annoy me because then I'm thinking about it now. When you go back to a town, if you've been like an outlaw or whatever, and you've been like robbing places, and you go back to that town, and everyone still for the rest of the game reacts that way to you, that would really piss me off.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we'll see how that turns out then. But I just thought it was cool, like little things like that.
Yeah, no,
like
it is
the
cool.
hat
It just
falling off, and you actually having to go back and get it.
Just depends how it works in terms of the story as well.
Yeah, I hope that it's not, because that will be annoying though if like your hat falls off really easily. Because I'm like one of those people that likes to make my character look cool, so I can just weirdly look at him while I'm riding around in the desert and
like
stuff.
Turn the camera around, stop and start your character.
But so if I keep getting my awesome hat knocked off that I've like spent ages trying to buy or something, that's gonna really annoy me. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's one of the next things that I saw in the trailer was the animals in this game. It looks like there's a lot more.
Yeah,
there's a lot more varied. Like you have
an alligator.
You had bears in the first one, didn't you?
I think so.
Yeah, because you have to fight one in one of the missions. You have to kill one because it's like trying to kill your son or something. But there's wolves. Actually, then again, there were wolves in the other one, but there weren't alligators. I'm pretty sure it's either alligator or crocodile.
Like, compared to the last Red Dead, it does look a lot better, like in terms of the graphics, and even the animals that are in this game look better than the last.
One of the things they said was that they said that the animals were smarter. Now they've said things like that before about. I don't know when
wouldn't be that much harder to kill though.
Yeah,
as long as you got ammo.
Like they say, all the artificial intelligence in general is meant to be a lot more clever. Yeah. Now, but whether that's the case or not, I don't know, because I remember them making promises about GTA 5 before GTA 5 came out, and they were saying like the pedestrians have things to do, like they go places, they drive places, and then they pull up at their house and stuff like that. And we played the game and they don't do that. If anything, you see one NPC that's stuck in a constant cycle of like cleaning a window, and you can watch him all night and he just doesn't stop doing it. Or, well, that's it really. Like that's the sort of stuff they were obviously referring to, but like that wasn't immersive for me. If anything, that breaks the immersion. So I'm hoping
cleaning in the same window.
Yeah, all day, the same spot all day, and it's like, well, this is hardly. They hardly have anything to do. They're not much better than any NPC from like a San Andreas game or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I'm hoping that this is the case now, because one of the things that they showed in the gameplay video was the interaction options that you can have with the NPCs. Yeah. So it's like the first one I saw was like it said you can aim with R2, which is when you're locked onto them. I think you lock on with L2, and you can either aim your weapon at them with R2, call them out. I don't really know what that means. I suppose that means like antagonize them or something. Yeah. With like triangle. I mean, I think these change over time anyway. These options, like the further into a conversation,
it's just set reactions like from like obviously different. Yeah. Like there'll be different types of reactions, but I wonder there's just various certain reactions that you can get.
Yeah, would you think there's like a formula to it, sort of? Yeah, like you could probably work out how you could maneuver your way through a conversation without having to draw your weapon or something.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, probably. I mean, again, it's a computer game; it's not really real, exactly, so there's going to be ways you can manipulate the AI and stuff. You're going to figure out because you're human. But yeah, it says like antagonize with circle, and it seems to change like depending on the conversation you're having. Yeah. So like if you do antagonize them, then the options will change to like diffuse situation with like square or
I seen
like
that when he's riding past someone.
I think he sees like someone's killed someone or something like that, and then he's on his horse, Arthur, and he says like the man says, "Oh, you don't want any of this" or something like that, and then you can either antagonize him or diffuse the situation. And Arthur, they chose to diffuse it in the gameplay footage, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't, just carry about your business. I'm just going to carry on." So it's like, I thought that's something I always wanted in like a GTA game, to be able to actually have more choice in how you approach an NPC, because in like GTA it's either punch them, shoot them, or run away, or run them over. Or run them over. Yeah, it's like you can't really do anything other than that. You can say hello to them in GTA, I think. I'm pretty sure you can. I know you can in Red Dead Redemption. In the
Put your
first
finger
one.
up to them as you're driving.
Oh yeah, you can do that in GTA. Yeah, not that. That actually does make a difference as well because they beep their horn at you and stuff if you do it. But
they also had like the horses in this, didn't they? And like different horses are better for different things. I thought that was Is that jumping ahead of your list?
No.
No. I thought that was quite good, that because I didn't remember in the last one that you would have like different horses depending on what you were doing.
You would stick with the same horse in the last one.
Yeah.
But you could call them from anywhere.
Yeah.
Now I don't think they mentioned this in the actual footage in the video, but I've heard that your horse now.
So you have to take care of your horse.
Yeah, it won't just turn up when you whistle. Like if it's away from you, it's away. You have to go and get it the same way that you do in like Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So.
Because in Zelda, you can call your horse so it's safe if it's like a reasonable distance.
Yeah, but you can't call it if you're just on the other side of the map
Yeah.
and it's like up by some mountain somewhere. It won't come to you.
Yeah.
It'll stay there though, which is cool. I don't know how long your horse will stay there for in Red Dead though.
They die.
They do die. You have to actually take care of them.
Yeah, it says you have to like look after them and everything, because then that changes their reaction to you as well, depending on how you treat your horse, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and
that's a cool idea, but it might just be a lot of upkeep.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm a bit worried about, because also they said like different breeds are good for different jobs.
Yeah.
Or like different activities or whatever. That's going to be a little bit annoying for me if I have to have multiple horses to take care of.
I don't think there's going to be too many different types of horses you would need. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
I imagine that all the horses could probably do the job you need them to do.
Yeah,
but some horses are just better suited.
I'm imagining like there's a standard horse that was good for pretty much everything. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
And like at least for the missions anyway.
Yeah.
And then if you want to do other activities that aren't involved in the story. You know what I mean? Exactly, like other things like herding cattle. I really fucking hope there isn't a herding cattle mission this time. Like I don't mind that as an option to do if you want to do it. But those were the worst missions.
There's gonna be like little missions, like stuff like that you're not gonna like. That you just have to do.
Why though? Why do they
to
always
make
do
up
that?
a 16-hour game?
Rockstar, yeah, that's what it is. Rockstar always do this. Like I played GTA 5 and I was like, this is a really good game. And then you get to that mission where you have to literally like work a job for like an entire day, where like, you're on a crane and you're lifting boxes on the crane. So this is the most boring shit I've ever played, and it's so stretched out. It's not even fun. You know what I mean? So I've really, and that's what I felt like with a lot of the cattle herding missions in Red Dead 1. It's like it's just boring. It's not fun. Why would you include this in the game? Like just make the game shorter. I don't care.
Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? To make up the game time.
But like I don't understand that. It's like padding in games really annoys me. It's like that's one of the gripes I had with Uncharted 4, where it's like there's a lot of climbing and moving boxes that isn't fun, and sliding. There was a whole level of sliding,
using your rope, which is more convenient. And
using the rope can be fun, especially in combat.
But you should have had that in all the other games.
Yeah, you should have. Why did he never have a rope until now? Did he not want to pick it back up because like Sam gave it to him when he was...
Because it makes a point of him having it as a kid as well.
Yeah, so. And then he must have put it away. He's like, I can't use rope ever again unless I ever see my brother. But yeah. One of the things with the... going back to the NPC thing, because I think this is probably one of the best things that they've introduced in an open world game in a long time, is you can like now rob people without actually drawing a weapon. Yeah, that's like you can intimidate them so much, depending on what kind of person they are. Yeah, you can rob them.
Yeah, and I think that might
just
be
shouting at them.
Like you might be able to tell after a certain point that which people you can do that to without.
Yeah,
before you get to the interaction.
Yeah, because I wonder like how many different kinds of NPCs you're going to see. Exactly. You're going to run across the same NPC a few times, right? Aren't you?
Yeah, because I don't think we're at a point in the game where every individual person is going to be different.
Yeah, isn't actually the first time they've done this with the like kind of options with the buttons of like how to interact with them. They did that with the NPCs in Bully.
Yeah,
if you remember that. That was like kind of like looks like a much more.
Because again, there's only so many characters in that game, so you can only do so much. Because there's one kid that's gay, isn't there? And
there's one kid in every clique apart from the nerds that's gay.
Yeah, and it's the same, obviously. One, do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
There's only so many people you can have walking around that are. I know now games.
Yeah, but that was done on purpose. The cool thing about Bully is like all the NPCs were actual characters. They had names, and you saw them around school all the time. Granted, they spawned constantly, but you
Yeah.
never saw the same NPC twice.
Not in the same place.
Not in the same place.
But
no.
you could walk around a
That's what I mean.
corner and then see her.
Oh yeah,
again.
of course, yeah. Yeah, you'd see a girl there, and then you ride your skateboard
She
around
fucking
the corner, and she's there
sprinted.
again. It's like, what the fuck? You see in the Flash. But yeah, so it looks like they've taken. It's one thing I love about Rockstar. They take things from their other games, and they're not afraid
Yeah.
to just copy and paste them in, or like
Yeah.
build on them.
But it doesn't seem like they ever just straight out copy and paste. They always improve upon the thing they're taking out of the last game. Even if it's not hugely improved, it's still better than the last.
Yeah, yeah. They usually improve upon it. Like they've done it. They even did it on their like PS2 games with like, similarities, just little things. Like I was playing Manhunt earlier.
Yeah.
And the aiming, when you lock onto someone and their like life comes up and it's like there's 3 little bars. It's hard to explain, but the lock on symbol that comes on when you're locked onto them. They literally lifted that and put it in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like it's little things like that. Like if it works, just use it in the other game as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one thing I really like. But yeah, going back to the bond with the horse. I just really hope, like I said, that you don't have to. I hope it's the same way that the camp is. Maybe like you can sort of ignore some tasks.
I don't want, like I said, I
don't want to be riding around and my horse start dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't want there to be too much upkeep.
Yeah.
Like I can just, as I'm riding around every now and again, I can pet it, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sometimes because
I do like the idea of having a bond with a horse.
Yeah.
Because I sort of had.
Because you kind of do on the last one anyway, didn't you?
Not really.
Like you, well, no, you just tame it, don't you?
Yeah, you tame it and then it's yours.
You just make it.
And
Yeah,
that's
I
it,
suppose.
really.
No, don't worry.
And then you call it, and it comes to you wherever you are on the map, which is really convenient.
I'm thinking Zelda, you do, don't you? You have to
Zelda, you have to
to
bond
look
with it.
after your horse, don't you?
Yeah.
But again, you can just pat it as you're riding around, and then it goes up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Also, with the hunting in this game, you can use your horse for that as well. If you hunt an animal and it's too big to like fit in a satchel or something, you can put it across the back of the horse.
Yeah, I know. It's like
and as you're riding around, if you don't take it somewhere straight away, it starts to decay. Which is, I would like
just
to.
hoping it doesn't take too long. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be like riding to the camp and then it starts to decay before I get there. It's gotta be
I don't think it will. Yeah,
because
I think it'll be probably
obviously
be like
it's going to be the same like GTA in terms of the time of day, isn't it?
It'll probably give you like a day or so before it starts to properly decay. I would like to. I guarantee someone's going to do this. I'd like to see like a video, kind of like a time lapse video of just someone sitting on a horse and there's a carcass across
the game. And,
just someone sitting there and just still, and the horse is and the dead animal is there, and it just decays.
Yeah,
I want to see how it actually decays and what it looks like.
Yeah,
and it sounds a bit psychopathic, but yeah. I'm just interested to see how much detail they put into that.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're not going to notice when you're riding around as much, are you?
No.
All of a sudden you look around and you've got a skeleton on the back of your horse. You know, what the fuck? But yeah, I thought that was really cool, and like just different things. Like I don't think they mentioned this in the trailer, but I've already heard about it.
Yeah.
If you shoot an animal, you won't get as much for it in like a shop as you would if you just like shot it with like a bow and arrow or something.
Oh, okay.
So if you get a clean kill with like a knife or a spear or something or an arrow, you get more money for it than if you give them someone with like a bullet in it.
And it'll make you do different things to catch animals. They won't make you, because if it doesn't matter how you kill them, you're just gonna go straight in with guns, aren't you, and shoot them down if you got the ammo.
Yeah, but then that's quite a cool thing.
Yeah, so it'll make you do it in different ways.
Because I think it's gonna give me.
Depends what you're killing it for, doesn't it?
Yeah. This sort of stuff though, with the camp and stuff, I'm hoping that after the story there is still a camp to take care of or something. Yeah. I don't know if there will be, because I think it'll depend on how the story ends. Then. Yeah, but I'm hoping that it will be, because then that'll give me stuff to do, like a purpose. Because in open world games, once I complete the story, even though there's so much stuff to do,
you kind of just stop.
I generally just stop, because I need sort of a purpose, and if I'm got a camp to take care of and stuff, I think I could have fun doing that.
Yeah.
Like for quite a while after. Eventually I'm going to get bored of it, because everybody gets bored of a game eventually. But
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that there are jobs to do for other characters and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure there should be. Depends, like I said, for after the game, it depends how it ends, doesn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like sorry, I lost my place in my I'm looking at my notes now. That's pretty much it, actually. You got the bond with the horse, and I think we covered most of it.
Yeah, I don't know what your notes are. I'm just going to go, yeah.
But is there anything that you're sort of hoping that they'll implement into the game once it comes out? Is there anything you're hoping that you can do that they haven't showed yet?
Not really. I think the stuff they've shown is good enough.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's done well,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing it. And
one of my problems with Red Dead, as much as I think the story was amazing in Red Dead, I thought it was really good, but Marston never felt like the kind of person that would just go around on a rampage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So because of like when you play the story, you realise he's quite a moral.
What they've done with this character, by the sounds of it, is that you make his decisions. So I suppose depending on what happens, it depends how the story is.
But what happens in the story though? Does that mean you get more options during the missions?
Maybe it depends how that is run, because if it's run the way that you decide kind of what the character's like, then it should be fine no matter what you do.
Yeah.
If the story doesn't run that way, then some of the stuff you might do might pull out of character when you're free roaming around.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It just depends, doesn't it, how that element of the game works.
Yeah, if it does implement the story quite drastically, then. But then again, I don't know. Like
it just depends how that mechanic's set up to work.
Yeah, because whenever I went on a rampage as Marston, I never felt right doing it. Like,
yeah.
I was like, I don't like this now. I'll turn it
That's
off.
what was good about GTA 5, wasn't it? You had the different characters you could swap and change them. So if you did want to, you'd just be Trevor, wouldn't you, and go on a rampage.
It still wouldn't surprise me if they actually are doing that with this one.
I don't think I think we may get a couple missions where we can play as different characters. I don't think there'll be a free roam element where we can swap between characters.
Maybe not. But they showed.
I think we would know about it by now, or we'd have more of an inkling about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they showed a mission to some press, and like games press.
Yeah.
And they said there were 3 characters. They weren't switching between though. You were just Arthur, but there were 3 characters doing a bank robbery together, which immediately I thought, ooh, like GTA 5, maybe they'll do that.
Maybe in some missions you can flip between people, but I think when you're free roaming around, you'll probably just be Arthur, unless something happens to him in the story and you have to change. But I can't see it.
Knowing Rockstar though, it wouldn't surprise me if they did that, because like I said, they do tend to take things from other games that they've made.
But then they've done that to. Like you said, they've done it before where they've not put it straight into the next game, but done it in the game after that. So it just depends, doesn't it? Because I read, obviously it is all speculation, I read that their next game was going to be a Bully 2, but obviously... I did hear that rumour. I would love that. That would be good, but that seems like a game where it would suit being different characters. Yeah. Just depends how the story's made, but you can easily, that does seem like, because you could be a group rather than having to be someone that would be pretty cool actually. Yeah, and that's the way I would do a Bully game, is that you're maybe 3 characters or 4 characters within a group, or you could even be from different groups and they end up together for some. That would have been kind of cool in the first game, in the Bully game. Yeah. Because you could have, because Gary is a sociopathic psychopath. Yeah. And then you've got Petey, who's like a little wimp. Yeah. And so that seems like a game that could suit from that if they did it. But again, I swear there's been a Bully 2 coming out for the last, since the first one. Yeah. I think it sold okay as well. I don't really know why they never made another one. Don't know. They got quite a few games they could work with. Yeah. That they could make. Whatever happened to this Agent game that they were making? Oh, that's never coming out. I know. But I think that's literally. I think they've even said that's scrap now. Oh. That was I think we were still in school when they announced that. That's how long ago it was. I would eventually, I don't think they'll do it, but it was a fun game. I'd like a Max Payne 4. Or maybe not a spin off from that way. Maybe just reboot Max Payne into his own, because the others aren't Rockstar, are they? It's just that one that's Rockstar. Well, they're published by Rockstar, but Remedy made them. Yeah, and maybe reboot it in a way. They did do that though with 3. But they didn't reboot it. It was a sequel. But they could just reboot it again on anything, because I like that game. It was just so straight up. You just go into a mission, shoot everybody. Yeah. But I enjoyed playing it. I think it was good. Yeah, no, I was going to say about that. It was a really good game, but I like the way that game ended, and I don't really want a reboot, and I don't really want a sequel. Yeah. Just because I really enjoyed it. Unless they want to do prequels, more stuff that happened. Then it might ruin it though anyway, because they already sort of put a prequel in that game anyway. I see, because obviously games are awkward because they're not like films where if someone reboots a film you can still pick up your old film. With games they go out of date, don't they? You can sometimes when you're playing a game it feels like an old game, and sometimes it makes it unplayable. Yeah, it can do. When you want a new game you want it to be good. You want it because otherwise it's not always right. It doesn't always feel right to pick up the old game because it's not the same as it was when you played it.
Yeah, Max Payne 3 is awesome, but I don't know.
But they got quite a lot of stuff they could work with and make other games of.
Definitely,
because we've had LA Noire was alright, but I didn't really want to go back to that.
No,
they could, but
I never really got into it.
If they're gonna pick up something they used to do, I wouldn't mind either a PS4 Manhunt game.
Yeah,
that could be good.
Manhunt.
Or
not.
Bully.
I would actually kind of like a sequel to the original Manhunt.
Yeah,
because it, like, spoilers, James Earl Cash doesn't die. He gets away. He drives off, I think.
They could do that. Like, I wouldn't, because I don't mind them, because I can imagine the next game's probably going to be GTA.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Usually it's a game.
Actually, I don't know. I think they'll have a game between that.
Do you reckon they'll have another game?
Yeah, I reckon.
It's been a while since the last GTA now, really. But what's benefited them is the online, isn't it? Because that's what they've got.
That's what I mean. So I don't think they're in too much of a rush to finish that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if they've got another team, because they're such a big company. They probably got a team like they did with the original Bully at Rockstar Vancouver that they formed specifically to make Bully. So it wouldn't surprise me if they are making a Bully simultaneously and that comes out between.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so.
I'd like to have another Bully game, another Manhunt game.
I think on the new gen systems that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind even waiting for a GTA because this online set's coming out, it's alright. I go in spells of playing GTA Online though.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind though if they did a DLC story. I think because they were supposed to do.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
But I wouldn't mind that to come out.
Instead of story DLC, they just do like they got the nightclub thing out for online now. Yeah, it's got characters from the old games as well.
Do they?
The
microtransactions of GTA. I don't ever hear anyone go mad about that. But there was a lot of controversy with EA doing it.
Because EA give you half. Difference is
EA give you like
EA make you pay to play their game, even though you just paid 60 quid or 50 quid.
GTA, you can go online. You don't have to pay.
It's a grind. Don't get me wrong. Like, it is hard to get the stuff when you
can do it, can't you?
You can do it, and also it doesn't really stunt your enjoyment of the game. No. Like, you can still play it. It's still playable. It's still fun if you've got a group of friends on there.
When they bring out free DLC for the online, like the nightclub stuff, they just brought in that. The catch is that you have to spend millions to get that stuff. Yeah. So you either got to keep playing it to build your money up, or you can just buy a card off your store and get that money.
That's one thing I'm a bit worried about with Red Dead.
Because they were supposed to be doing online to that, aren't they?
And it's going to be... Yeah.
It is confirmed,
Rockstar said we're doing Red Dead Online. But they didn't say it was called that. But I would not surprise me if it was called Red Dead Online.
The game. I think the game story will come out first, and then there'll be an update.
Yeah, the same way that GTA 5.
was... Because at first GTA was so... I wouldn't say bad, it was quite glitchy, wasn't it? And
we couldn't get into it.
And then when you'd make a character, you would lose that character after. When you go back on it, next thing your character would be gone.
Somehow didn't anticipate the amount of people that would want to go online on GTA. Because I don't think even half that amount went on GTA 4 online. It was popular. It gained popularity eventually. But I actually like GTA 4 online. But so I'm a bit worried about that with Red Dead, is that they're going to sacrifice the single player for the...
I don't think they will. I think the single player will be shorter. But
I hope they recognise that the reason that Red Dead 1 is so highly regarded by people is because of the story.
Yeah.
Like, the online, I know some people played it, but I think it wasn't the most popular thing about that game. It was the story that was...
Surely online would be good, but as long as they don't sacrifice story for it. I don't think they will, but I think the game will be shorter than...
Oh yeah, it probably will
be about 12 hours, 10 hours.
And I guarantee that...
But there'll be a lot to do free roam away, so it'll feel longer than...
But I guarantee that the online's going to be hugely popular.
Yeah, more than likely.
I think it'll be good, but it's going to be, it's going to be GTA, where like I'll play it a lot, and then I'll just stop. Yeah. And then every now and then I'll go back to it, but I'll barely play it. And then it'll be those microtransactions, people buying shit that I haven't got. Yeah, I don't really want to put money into it. Yeah, I mean...
I just do other people's that do.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't sacrifice the story for the online. Because that'll piss me off.
No, I don't think.
And hopefully we'll get some DLC, some story DLC.
Hopefully, but again, if the online picks up, then I can see the GTA it'll be the same.
I think it depends on the reaction, and what they'll see what people are playing the most and stuff. Yeah. If people are only playing the online, then they're just gonna do the same thing again.
People will buy the DLC story, but if it's the same, then they won't.
The thing is, they've got teams making the online stuff for GTA 5 all the time. Like, they're constantly pumping out new content.
Yeah.
So I wonder, actually, I was saying they might be developing Bully at the same time, but they probably aren't, because they're only they're a huge company, but
again,
if they've got a team
the
on
revenue-
Red Dead and a team on the online stuff still,
because the
what are you-
difference now is before where they'd make a game, then they'd make money when the game come out. Now they've got more of an income coming in, I take it, because they've got people
maybe they can
buying
expand,
cards and stuff. So they could always, if that's so popular because they're making money all the time with that, they can open up another team, make money from Red Dead Online, and then have a team making games, and then they'll make the money when the games comes in. Do you know what I mean? Because
maybe.
the more money they get, the more they can expand their company, can't they, to bring more content. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it just depends, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I suppose we'll see. But yeah, I suppose that's our talk, our thoughts. You got any final closing stuff to talk about
No,
in terms of Red Dead?
no, not really.
Nothing else?
I thought it looked really good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think graphics wise, it's not a huge amount better, but I think it'll make up for it anyway with the game itself.
Yeah.
And even when I pick up the game, I might think on my telly, because obviously I watched it on YouTube. I might think on my telly the actual game looks a lot better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Just look when the game comes out.
October.
26th of October. So we got a while yet.
Yeah, I mean,
But
is this
between
your
that-
most anticipated game of the year? Is this what you're?
This and Last of Us and Spider-Man
'Cause I
are
think
my
s-
3 games that I really want this year.
Yeah, I don't think The Last of Us out this year, is it? I think it's out next.
Is it not out this year now?
No,
I thought they said
I
they've
thought
delayed
it
it.
was 2019 anyway.
Maybe.
I'm not sure now, but I'm sure I thought it was.
Well, that's annoying.
Because I think at the minute, I think it's just because Spider-Man's like so close to coming out that that's my most anticipated game.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff out around it. I know Red Dead's just come back into like the fold, but I think because there's been a lot around it, and it's got me into like wanting to play Spider-Man games, and
Yeah.
I can't. And I watched some films.
Your
I think-
Spider-Man films.
Yeah, I watched Homecoming and I watched the first Spider-Man.
I watched the first 2 the other week. The Sam Raimi the
Yeah.
Sam Raimi trilogy. I didn't watch 3 because
It's not good.
no, I can't.
I
That's
don't
really
think
annoying.
3 is the
though.
worst one out of all the films made, though. I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the worst one. I think the Amazing
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is worse than 3.
It's not by much though. I mean,
I
they
think-
suffer the exact same problems.
Yeah, but I think the villains have more of a purpose being there, or you can
In
at least you can at least see their motivations
Yeah.
than in the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
The villains are more well developed in 3.
But it's not.
But it's just a mess of a film because
Yeah.
apparently, I mean, this is becoming the Spider-Man podcast again. But I just quickly, apparently, Sam Raimi wanted to do the Sandman, and the studio was saying
You
no,
have to put Venom
you have
in
to
it."
put Venom in it because he's popular. And he was like, but I don't know Venom. I don't really know him as a character. Like I
Yeah.
don't know anything about him. And you're like, well, he's got to be in the film.
Mm.
So he blames the fact that he hardly knew much about Venom. And he was more invested in the Sandman story.
Yeah.
And that's what resulted in more of a mess of a film. And he was going to do 4, Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, the Vulture.
They
wasn't it?
were in pre-production for it and everything. They had storyboards and stuff. And then, but secretly, I think behind his back, Sony were developing a reboot anyway. And they told him like, I don't think this is going to work. And he's
I know that Tobey Maguire wasn't completely on board because they were on about making Peter Parker go back to school.
why would he go back to school?
I don't know.
How?
And he said he was too old to do that. I
Wait,
don't
how
know.
would he go? What?
Or, I don't know. Picking up, maybe it was like college or something. I don't know.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Basically,
someone-
they
they-
probably put us forward some ideas, and really they were thinking we want to reboot this and put Peter Parker in high school again.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah. Anyway, that's it for Spider-Man / Red Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
that's
you have
it.
anything else to add?
No, game comes out 26th of October, and I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, again, like we said when we did our Spider-Man talk, I'm sure we'll play it, do a reaction kind of what we played so far, and then do
Yeah.
a proper review once we finish the story,
Yeah,
or close to.
yeah. Once I finish
Because
the
it's going to
actual
be
single
quite a
player,
long
we'll do a review
game,
of
I'd
it.
imagine.
Yeah, so
Or it'll feel longer because of all the stuff you can do on the side.
yeah, so videos coming. I suppose we got Spider-Man once that comes out. That's soon as
Yeah,
well.
that's next month, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we've got Red Dead.
Red Dead in
That's like
October.
the month after. That's awesome.
We've obviously going to have some films coming out in between that I'm sure we'll review, and we'll have podcasts about stuff that sort of there's going to be some news that interest us that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I got some different kind of videos planned as well,
And yeah,
but I won't announce those yet to all the fans. That listen. All right, so that's it.
we'll
Red
sign
Dead.
us off this time.
Red Dead, 26th of October. Catch you later.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf.